Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Lucas with N4BB.com. I just went ahead and got the brand new iPhone 6 Plus today in Australia. It's available right now, and I got it before my friends in America. Yeah, I just wanted to compare it against to BlackBerry's current all-touch lineup, which includes the BlackBerry Z30 and the BlackBerry Z3. Both of these devices are 5-inch screens, whereas the iPhone 6 Plus is 5.5 and the regular iPhone 6 is 4.7 inches. Interestingly enough, we'll go ahead and look at the thickness of each device. You can obviously see that the Z30 is a lot thicker than the iPhone 6 Plus, but marginal difference. And you can see that the iPhone 6 Plus is actually quite large, even though the screen sizes are relatively close in size. The iPhone 6 Plus is just a beast and has a lot of extra like bezel at the top and bottom. And you can see the Z30 is even thicker than the Z3. Take a look at the backs of the devices. Obviously got the glass weave on the BlackBerry Z30 and just a silver finish on the iPhone 6 Plus. One thing that's interesting is on the 6 Plus, the camera pops out, which when you rest it, it obviously it actually doesn't really kind of sit on the camera. I mean, it does, but what's interesting about this device, when you hold it, it feels like it's raised around the edges. So in the center, it's just very, very subtle, but you can tell that it's just kind of like concaved in a bit. But you can see how much bigger this iPhone 6 Plus is compared to the Z30. Again, just the iPhone 6 Plus is just a massive phone. Even though it is really narrow, it looks very narrow, but it's just very long. But yeah, let's go check out the screen vibrance of each device. So the iPhone 6 Plus is rocking 1080p, where the Z30 is only 720p and the Z3 is only it's like 540 by 960 screen resolution. This is an LCD, whereas the Z30 is a Super AMOLED, and you can obviously tell in terms of brightness the Z3 is brighter, but it looks more whatever the glass is they used here is more reflective than the Z30, which, to be honest, the Z3 and the iPhone 6 Plus probably have the closest looking screen out of them both. But certainly the brightness on the iPhone 6 Plus beats these two, of course, and of course it's 1080p, so it's can't really compare those two like that. But in terms of performance wise, I'm a huge fan of BlackBerry 10 over iOS. Of course, you're limited to the home button still, as seen in previous iPhones. The iPhone 6 Plus is rocking a 1.4 gigahertz dual core processor in their proprietary A8 chipset, whereas the Z30's got 1.7 gigahertz dual core processor, and then the Z3 has got a 1.2 gigahertz processor. 1 gig of RAM in the iPhone 6 Plus, 1.5 in the Z3, and then 2 gigs of RAM in the Z30, which is interesting because BlackBerry 10 is supposed to be a very lightweight operating system, and for a device like this, you would imagine that Apple would have put more than just 1 gig of RAM, but they're notorious for not having to have the best specs on their device. One thing I really have grown to like about the iPhone 6 Plus is the new form factor. The curved screen just seamlessly goes with the edge of the device, and it's actually quite comfortable despite being such a massive phone. I've got pretty big hands. I'm a big guy, so it feels fine in my hands. And that's why I didn't really want to get the 4.7-inch iPhone 6 Plus, just because it's smaller than these, and I like a big screen, so I figured it'd be the best fit for me. But the iPhone 6 is interesting because having it with such a big screen, Apple's now, if you can see that, whenever you rotate things, if you're in a mail or calendar, I'll go to my calendar. Any of this set up because I just got it a couple of hours ago. But when you are in like a calendar or in your text messages or anything like that, when you go into landscape mode, it will adjust properly to that. So as you can see, it could tell that it was in landscape, and so it's like a responsive operating system, and that's a new feature in iOS 8. You can get that just on the iPhone 6 Plus, but it's pretty sweet. So I kind of like that, the way that you can see more content when you go to landscape mode. But like I said, in terms of usability, I still love BlackBerry 10. You can't get any better with its multitasking when you're in, playing a YouTube video in the browser or anything like that. Everything, and it's just the swiping is just so seamless. I love being able to be in an app, just swipe up to get out of it, or just peek and flow. So it's pretty sweet. I'm not one to be held back by this home button, and yeah, because the home button is also sapphire glass, and there's sapphire glass on the camera up there as well. But yeah, so this is the iPhone 6 Plus against the BlackBerry Z3 and the BlackBerry Z30. Massive phone, only 0.5 inches added to the screen diagonally, so not that much of a difference. You can tell they're pretty close, but Apple for some reason still has added massive amount of length to this device. But overall, it's a pretty cool phone. I'm not a huge Apple junkie, but okay, I lied. I do get every single iPhone when it comes out, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I probably won't use it for my daily driver, but I love to just have it and play around with it and know that I can use it for testing purposes for whatever reason. But yeah, iPhone 6 Plus available today in Australia and New Zealand and any other countries that are waking up right now, and eventually it'll be available tomorrow for you in the West. But thanks for watching, guys. Have a great one.